I just gave, so you'll just have to hang in there. How you doing, buddy? You're muted, I believe. Is he calling me on the phone? So, can we hear you? I don't know what he's doing. Well, good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to tonight's Hangout. Got an exciting, let's see, he's going to run it off of his phone. Yeah, go ahead. Put it on your phone and click on the link. So, have you, go up to the settings button up top, Ryan. The settings button first and change the microphone a couple times. And then maybe exit out and come back in, too. That might work as well. And make sure you don't have Skype up. There's other competing programs that can compete with your microphone as well. So, but good evening, everyone. While we get Ryan on the line with us, just like to say thanks for joining us. I've got a great presentation for you tonight, and we're broadcasting live from different parts of the country. My name's Tom McMurrin. I'm going to just be talking to Mr. Conley. Very excited to have you on board, and Ryan Conley. We've got a topic tonight of building a massive team with OneCoin. And really just mastering, really talking about a mastermind and helping you understand, not only what is OneCoin, but ultimately what has us excited about it. So we're going to talk a little bit. I'll probably just give you a quick overview, what I call my elevator pitch, and let you hear just an overview call, so you can kind of get an insight into what we're talking tonight about if it's your first time. Got a good group of viewers coming on already. Great to see everybody. We've got 3 countries represented already: Canada, Australia, and the United States. Welcome, everyone. But we get started here at 5 after, and so you got 3 minutes. And Bill, I don't know what you can do in 3 minutes. I know you can get popcorn. Popcorn cook in 3 minutes. You can run to the there we go. I got sound now there.
Perfect.
Awesome, man. How are you doing?
Good, good. Good seeing you today.
Yeah, you too, man. You look like a professional golfer, dude. You should play golf. He looks like one of those new GQ golfers that play on the circuit now that shoot like 34s and stuff like that. So
representing Seattle today up here.
Awesome, man. It's great having everybody, having you guys online. We'll just give it a couple minutes, let people come on. Tonight is talking about OneCoin, what it is, what's in it for you, how you can get started, how you can build a massive team, how you can retire early, how you can spend more time with your family, all the great things that I think people really, really want in life. I always tell people I'm a broker of freedom, I'm a broker of dreams, and as long as your excuses don't outnumber your dreams, you're going to be in good shape tonight. But if your excuses are standing in the way of your life, I don't know if I can do anything for you. You need to pull out your own sword, slay those dragons. But tonight's exciting because we've got some very accomplished networkers online, people with massive experience in building big teams and doing public speaking and training and building systems. So tonight you'll have a unique opportunity to hear, I guess, each one of our golden nuggets. We're kind of expecting Kim Tilley as well if she comes online with us tonight. She's a massive YouTube marketer, and she can let you know some of her top 3 tips of, and I'm not doing one, I should be looking at my camera because that's what she chewed me out for the other night, but as far as some of the tubes, the tricks of doing YouTube, and she's real good at it. Got millions of views on her channel, and so folks will get started here in about 1 minute. 1 minute till game time, and get some comfortable on. I know I'm hanging out at a great dinner with my wife tonight, and nice rain shower came through. Absolutely beautiful outside in Palmetto, Georgia, booming metropolis of Palmetto. 3,000 people here. I hope to build a larger network than my entire city in no time flat, bigger than Palmetto. I tend to.
You're muted out, John. Can you hear him, Bill? I can't hear Tom.
Oh, no. Yeah, he muted out.
Hey, Tom.
I'll send him a message there. All right.
1 second here.
Probably doesn't realize it.
No, not yet.
So good. So in the meantime, check your message. Let's see here.
You should figure out in a second. There we go.
I'm here now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that. I lifted my computer up and yanked my microphone out. So awesome. Well, we got a great group online tonight. I'm going to go ahead and get started. We're going to be talking about OneCoin. We're going to be talking about building a massive team. I've got some master networkers and trainers online with me tonight, and might have a couple other joining us. Probably going to roll for about 45 minutes tonight and lay out some golden nuggets for you. So be sure to have a pen and paper handy. Tonight's our goal is for you really just to understand really what OneCoin is, what's in it for you, how you can get started, and I'll just give you all a quick rundown, and then certainly let Ryan, Conley, and Bill chime in and talk about their views on what we're doing and why they were attracted to OneCoin. I think it's important is to understand that digital currency is really coming into fruition. It's an industry that's probably less than 10 years old. So if you've ever wanted to be on the cutting edge and be a pioneer or on the frontier of an exciting industry, to me it's like being back when Ray Kroc was talking to the McDonald's brothers about buying their restaurant. That's like how early stage we are in the industry. Franchising wasn't even really thought of at the time. And so it's like being with Bill Gates when he's talking about marketing to IBM and putting their Windows product on all the IBM computers. So we have very early stage presence right now with OneCoin and the digital currency industry in general. It's just a very exciting industry, and I tell everybody, if you're going to do research, research credible sources. Research. Am I doing okay, guys? Is audio okay?
Good.
Okay. Research the credible research reports, financial publications. Understand what you're dealing with. I mean, a lot of people think Bitcoin is a scam, and yet it's larger than about. I'm gonna mute. I got a little bit of noise on your side, Ryan.
It's garbling there.
And if you'll mute yourself, Ryan, you'll just. Oh, you may not be able to. Can you on your phone? There you go. But anyway, it's when you look at the industry as a whole, why are people going to digital currencies? And I'd have to say that people are concerned, about their sovereign and their national currencies, with all the debt and everything that's going on. I mean, look at what's going on in Greece. Look what was going on in Ecuador. They went to a cryptocurrency. Greece, I suspect, will eventually turn over and say we're going to go to a cryptocurrency and start growing. But it's a very interesting industry because when you think about currency, it's really just it's a form of it's an exchange of value. And if you can find a way to create like what PayPal did, I mean, think how PayPal revolutionized the industry and gave people the ability to transfer money via email addresses. I mean, it was brilliant. And when you look at what we're doing, Bitcoin is very complicated to people. They don't understand it. It's like, what is mining? Why do I have to buy video cards? Why do I have to buy cooling devices to cool my computers and mine these coins? And most people are like, tell them about mining coins, they're like, what are you talking about? I mean, I don't even that terminology doesn't even exist in most people's brains. But when we talk about what we're doing, it's like creating the PayPal of Bitcoin, where everything's incorporated on one platform, and it gives you an opportunity to transact business, the ability to buy and sell coins, the ability to trade coins, the ability to accumulate coins. And that's a lot of people are when they look at it, they say, well, this is kind of like stocks. It's like stocks and bonds and stuff like that. And I always tell people, I say you can look at it that way. I mean, certainly, there's buying and selling. There's an exchange value. There's if the demand for it's greater, the price is going to go up on the coin. I mean, look what Bitcoin did. Went from 10 cents to $1,203. It was one of the fastest growing investments in the history of the world in a 5-year period. So I tell everybody, if you saw Bitcoin and you missed that opportunity, here's Bitcoin 2.0, if you will. That's just kind of a term that we use. That's getting ready to take off here very quickly. And I'll run down some stats because I think it's important. We want you to go find out more information about what we're doing. Tonight's not going to be a formal presentation on OneCoin, but we're going to give you enough. I always say we're going to salt you enough to make you thirsty to want to find out more. And certainly after this presentation is over, there will be a presentation up on the screen immediately following this, a 29-minute, 30-minute presentation where you can get a complete overview. Tonight, what I'd like to do is really talk to the gentlemen that are online with me and let you hear their views of why they're excited about OneCoin, and then we're going to kind of get into a present training where we're going to talk about OneCoin enough to where you go, okay, what's the big picture? Well, the big picture is we're creating an ecosystem of digital currency where one day you'll be able to trade currency amongst each other. You'll be able, if I owe Bill money for coaching, I can send him OneCoin via my e-wallet to his wallet. I can do that right now. If I owe Ryan money for doing marketing work for me, I can send him OneCoin. If they want me to do SEO work or they want to do whatever type of work, if they want to buy vegetables for me because I have my own vegetable garden, they can send me OneCoin and I can ship them organic vegetables. So that is, people are like, okay, so that's cool. So we can all transact in OneCoin, but how do you convert it to real dollars? Well, we have an exchange. If you want to sell your coins, you can sell your coins. And I like to use the example. I tell people, I say, I've got an 80-acre lawn. Okay, I cut 80 acres of grass every week. And if you came to me and said, hey, Tom, I want to cut your grass. I want the contract. And I'll do it for $500. I said, that's a deal. Okay, you cut my grass. And if I paid you in dollars, U.S. dollars, maybe a year from now, what are those dollars? If you put that $500 in the bank, what's it worth a year from now? Most people say, well, it'd be worth $500. Well, no, it wouldn't. You got inflation, you got taxes, you got all kinds of stuff, bank fees. Your $400 might be worth $412 by the time the banks get a hold of it, especially with Bank of America. No, I'm joking. I didn't say that. But anyway, it's any one of the big banks would be just as guilty. But at the end of the day, you have less currency by just holding on to it. Well, how about the idea if I paid you in OneCoin and the currency increased in value 4 or 5 or 10 times in value in a year, and all of a sudden your $500 is now worth $2,500 or $5,000. And I contend that you will be able to create wealth faster with the currency that does that than one that's going backwards. So I may be crazy, but I think that's a blinding fact of the obvious, what I like to call a BFO right there. But, I tell people, when you get in OneCoin and you purchase our educational packages and you gain access to OneCoin and you really start learning, it's a 30-day learning curve, folks. I mean, anything new is going to be a little bit of a learning curve. But when you understand how simple it is in the ecosystem that we're creating for OneCoin, where we can buy and sell services and trade money amongst each other and pay money amongst each other, and then one day, we'll have all of a sudden we've got 1.5 million people that are on board, and they release a merchant kit, and we can go out to all of our friends that have businesses and say, hey, will you start taking OneCoin at your business because I'd like to shop with OneCoin at your business now. And that's the big picture, folks. So we've really done the hard part. We've accumulated 425,000 members in less than 8 months, and we have more registered members than Bitcoin, and I suspect by September, in September when we officially do our big kickoff meeting in the United States, we'll probably have twice as many. Actually, I take that back. By the end of next week, we'll probably have twice as many members as Bitcoin, and that's a funny story. I was telling my wife when I first saw this about 45 days ago. I said, you know what? This thing's at 211,000 people. I bet by the end of the year they could be bigger than Bitcoin. And you can quote me on that. That's what I told my wife. That'll be hopefully one of those famous quotes one day. And then, I think 2 weeks later, we blew past 250,000 members. And I told my wife, this thing's going to be big. I mean, I can't believe how fast this is growing. But I tell people, we've really done the hard part. we've built a user base of over 425,000 people that love OneCoin, and we're growing by 8,000 people a day. Our rate of change, I've been monitoring, it's between 3 and 6% every day, our growth rate. We'll have over 1.5 million members by the end of the year, and my prediction is by September, based on the numbers that I've been tracking, we will be enrolling over 20,000 people a day. I didn't say a week, I said a day. Okay, most companies don't do that in a year. Okay, those are serious numbers. But it's just so exciting to be involved with a company that's building something great, that's independent. I like to say we're building a culture of freedom through a currency. We're connecting people around the world so they can create commerce with OneCoin. And we just have a really, really exciting opportunity. I like to call it the new economy. You know, the old economy kind of has me scared. I don't know about you, but I'm a little bit concerned. And Ryan, I used this example the other day, and I told somebody, it was a finance person, I think it was Susan Barely. I was on the Women of OneCoin presentation, and I said, you know, if I came to you, Ryan, and I said, I want to raise money from you for my company, and I've got $15 million in debt, I've got $5 million in assets, and that means I'm upside down by about $10 million, okay? So I can't even pay off my existing creditors if I go into bankruptcy, and I've got enough revenue to cover the interest on my debt, okay? So I don't even have revenue to cover operations or nothing. All I can do is pay interest on the current debt that I have. Would you loan me money? He says, heck no, okay? You don't have to unmute on that one, but nobody would. And the funny thing is, if you add about 8 zeros to those numbers that I just gave you, that's the balance sheet of the United States government. And it concerns me, you know, that my kids need a plan B, they need a plan C, and that's really what we're talking about with OneCoin. So enough of that. As I mentioned, we're going to have a presentation afterwards. Right after this hangs up, we will have a presentation online that will go through A to Z, give you enough information to say, you know what, I'm excited about this, and we hope that you are. But Bill, I guess I'll start with you. It's exciting to have you on board. What a treat for everybody. I mean, with your resume, I've read all of your magazine articles. I've read all about your background and the number of people you've trained and the success that you've had in the industry. I think anybody who's been in the industry long enough definitely recognizes your name. And it's just exciting to have you online tonight with us to talk about OneCoin. I know that you said you love hard assets, you love silver and gold. You've been in that industry, owning companies, training people on it. And I'd love for you to, kind of touch on what attracted you to OneCoin, and ultimately we'll start right there. But take the floor and let people know what you think about OneCoin and what it's all about.
All right. Hey, Tom. Hey, thanks for holding this Google Hangout. Thanks for all the work you're doing. I tell you, I've been around a lot of marketers, and you know what? You are at the very, very top of all the marketers that I've seen, with all the work that you've done here, the technology, and just how you're so abundant. So I just want to thank you publicly for that. So I've been in the industry 25 years, guys, and I got started with a dream, and started to make money in the network marketing industry. And it was tough back then. I knew when online marketing and network marketing came together, it'd be a lot more fun. And I have to tell you, it is a lot more fun. Along that journey, I started in Wall Street. So I combined network marketing with Wall Street. So I have an interesting background of applying network marketing or relationship marketing with financial, which led me eventually to precious metals. Silver and gold, hard assets. Why? Because 1971, you had Richard Nixon took us off the gold standard. That was really, really important. That means that the Fed could really print the dollar, the euro, all the currencies out there without any limitation, which means that they can print it, we can't. Right? So if we can't print it and they can print, that means our dollars will continue to go lower and lower in value. That's what's called massive inflation, and eventually we have what's called hyperinflation, which we experienced, Tom, all around the world. Hyperinflation. Did you know back in 1967, my parents bought a Ford Mustang for $2,500. $2,500. They were able to pull out with a brand new convertible car and the whole thing. Now, they could have bought it in gold or silver back then also. They actually could have bought it with 2,500 silver dollars back then. Today, you know, the value of the silver coin or the gold coin is much higher than that translation of the dollar. So that's a great hedge to what we call a fiat currency. And you'll hear Robert Kiyosaki talk about that quite a bit, Mike Maloney. There's so many great resources, Ron Paul. So I love silver and gold. Now, I was following the Bitcoin, you know, phenomena or the revolution, and I have to tell you, Tom, I never participated in it. I was really skeptical. You know, I've been, you know, I was a stockbroker for many years and a financial planner for many years, and then I owned my own company. And I really like to do due diligence before I step in. And I was just watching this thing. I started watching this Bitcoin, and it was $30, $50, $100. I said, wow, people are going to get hurt in this. And it became the top investment, I think, of all time. It was 10 cents, and it went to over $1,200. Of course, now it's gone down. I think it's in the $250 coin, a coin. And we're not here to talk about Bitcoin. You know, I like what Tom said here. You know, we have Bitcoin 2.0, or what we call OneCoin. And OneCoin has a lot of advantages. Well, number one, it's only about $1.42, I think, as of this recording. I think only about a month ago it was about 50 cents a coin. But to your point, Tom, you know, it's about having a platform of people that are interested in this coin, right? To have this deregulation of being able to have, you know, the sovereignty to have people to exchange money with other people around the world. Now, silver and gold is great, and I have plenty of it, and I advise people to have it, but it's hard to have that virtual transaction. So I think you should have both. So I made a decision. I said, you know what? I'm going to step in. You know, I stepped in here with Ryan, you know, which we're going to hear from as well. We've known each other now, I guess, for almost 10 years. You know, we're real good and do business together. And I said, you know what? Diversification. There's something to be said about diversification. So for the new people that are looking at this, yeah, creating a legacy, creating a team, that may be a little intimidating for some. I want to encourage people today to at least open up a free account, take a look at the different packages, and at least take a stake. At least take something. Now, depending on your appetite, as you look at these videos, you're going to say, well, there's a €100 package, there's a €500, 1,000, a 3,000, and a 5,000 euro tycoon package. Now, when you're talking about silver and gold, and you're talking about Wall Street, 5,000 euro is a very small number. Many people can easily put 5,000 into different opportunities. So we're not talking about an investment, we're talking about a diversification in cryptocurrency with OneCoin. How would you feel if you had the opportunity, Tom, you know, or Ryan, or everyone that's listening here, if you had an opportunity to own Bitcoin at $1 a coin or $1.42 a coin, and you didn't take it, and now it's 250, and it went to 1,200? How would you feel? So, you know, as I've done training, you know, all around the world in the industry, it's, listen, you don't live in regret. See, there's no such thing as failure. There's only feedback. So what's the feedback? Well, here's a platform with OneCoin that's already larger than Bitcoin. It's already larger. And the thing with OneCoin and the people that are in the know, we can see what worked, what didn't work to make this experience better because it's feedback. Right, so we don't regret that you didn't step into Bitcoin, or maybe you got into Bitcoin and maybe you got in a little too late. Maybe you got in at 500 or 1,000 a coin, and you're saying, man, it's 250 right now. It's my personal belief that Bitcoin eventually, and this is my belief, not a guarantee, but I believe you'll see a $10,000 Bitcoin and above. That's my belief. But I think OneCoin is going to catch Bitcoin and surpass it because of the massive platform and because of the interest that people like Tom have, and Ryan and me and so many other leaders. That's the reason why there's over 400,000 people that are interested in this coin, that have an economic interest, that are now marketing it. So very soon we'll have 1 million people. And I think Tom said the platform for Bitcoin is around 250,000. So when people evaluate an opportunity, they say, well, is this short term? Is this mid-term? Is this long term? You see, when you have so many people that have the agreement that they're interested in in the interchange and the exchange of a currency. It's my belief OneCoin is going to be here for the long term, and we're going to be here saying, wow, I remember when we did a webinar when it was only $1.42, and the big question is going to be, how much did you buy? How much did you buy of that OneCoin? So I'm saying, hey, listen, some of you are networkers, some of you may not be, some of you may hate networking. I've got people that I'm speaking to now that said, Bill, I'm done with networking. I have others that say, I love networking. So people are all over the map. But I say, listen, take a position. Take a position, put it away, and let's see where it goes. Because it's my belief that you're going to be very, very pleased. I don't want to see you have the regret that so many people have that could have gotten into Bitcoin at the low levels and chose not to. So here we are. You know, it's June 20th. We're a couple of weeks away from the launch. All these numbers that you're hearing, guys, it's not even in the United States. We're having a kind of an insider, webinar with, a pre-launch where people don't even know about it. Could you imagine what's going to happen in a couple of weeks? So that's why I'm kind of tapping people on the shoulder. I've given people kind of that preferred treatment, that red carpet treatment of saying, hey, listen, take a position, let's review these videos, let's take a strong look at it, and then you can decide. Now, Tom did a fantastic presentation, which is going to be made available after this Google Hangout. It's under a half hour, and he just put this together. This is like hot off the presses. So my recommendation is you step in, right? You can start with as little as €100. You can do 500, 1,000, 3,000, or 5,000. If you step in with the Tycoon, you're just going to get a lot more coins for your money. They give you these tokens that actually are mined into coins, which I know Tom will go into more detail on a technical basis. We are buying educational systems. And then in addition to that, the networkers, for those that like to get compensated for a referral. Maybe some of you are brand new at networking. I have to tell you, more millionaires have been created in network marketing than any other industry in the world. Over 70% of those millionaires are women. And I know Tom, just did an amazing hangout for the women. Because we love the women that come in, stay-at-home moms, be able to stay with their kids. So as a man, the best thing that you can do is find a couple of women that get it. It's emotional. So, those are the things that I have to say here. I'm open for some Q&A here, Tom. I know you may have some questions here. I do want to encourage those that are not in network marketing. Hey, this is a great way to participate. If you already are and you already have a primary company that you're working with, and you say, well, I don't want this interfering with a primary company. You know what? Take a position. You have the right to go ahead and put away some OneCoin for you and your family. Because remember, if the dollar and the euro continue to devalue, right, and we have that hyperinflation, you could be making 6 figures at your job. You can be making 6 figures plus in your network marketing company. But if all of a sudden a loaf of bread is $100 and gas at the gas tank is $100 a gallon, the question is your income going up in relation to the hyperinflation that we're looking at? That's the reason why so many people are putting away silver and gold, and that's the reason why people are diversifying into cryptocurrency with Bitcoin and OneCoin. And did you know that OneCoin right now is knocking on the door as the #2 cryptocurrency in total market value in the entire world? I think there's one that's just above it, but that's only because they have a tremendous amount of coins that are out there. But the #2 cryptocurrency really, legitimately, is OneCoin. And OneCoin is the one that you can get compensated for actually sharing. And it's getting launched in July 4th. So which means that I'm not getting any sleep between now and July 4th because I want to share this message. I know Tom's not getting much sleep, and Ryan the same. So if you're smart and you're saying, hey, when opportunity knocks, I better answer the call. So I just want to really state to those that are already in network marketing, hey, diversify a little bit. You can be a customer. You can absolutely be a customer. You don't have to, get frazzled here. You can share it with those that want to really preserve, the purchasing power. See, that's what Well, that's the big picture, is purchasing power. Your dollar has a certain amount of purchasing power. Your euro has a certain amount of purchasing power. All the different, dollars and so forth. But now with this cryptocurrency, you're protecting it. Now, and you can comment on this, Tom. How many times the tokens have actually split, and already the growth that we've already experienced. Now, we can't guarantee future results, but if I had to place a bet 2 weeks before the actual launch on the soil of U.S. and Canada,
Be a split.
to me, it spells out growth.
Yeah.
So, I put some money. I ran to the bank. I wired money in. I saw the opportunity, and I was looking at it, and then finally I said, you know what? Procrastination is not serving me. It's not serving my family. It's not serving my community. And this is certainly not going to take away from my other ventures. I'm partners in one of the biggest online marketing systems that's generic. We're putting this in that system so people can have access to this, and they can market whatever they want, but that'll be available to them as well. That's going to be launched in a couple of days. So hint, hint, when that gets launched, so now we have over 170,000 affiliates just in that online platform. As that communication goes out, because it hasn't gone out yet, what do you think is going to happen? A lot more people are going to come in, and that's the case for different folks. Now, this is the first Google Hangout that I've done on the subject with Ryan, with Tom, and we're committed to doing more of these. What do you think is going to happen? So, real simple. You just step in with the level that you're comfortable with, but open up a free account. I think you have a button right below here where you could just go ahead and take care of that. And here's the beauty and the abundance of what Tom puts together with these Hangouts is whoever invited you to this Hangout is going to actually get credit for you signing up, which is fantastic. So you can duplicate the system. You can invite people. So when people come in, guess who's going to get credit? You are. And that's the genius and the brilliance of this type of duplication system. Instead of having to go to live hotel meetings and home parties, which are great. We've made a lot of money in those venues, but where we're going with technology is unbelievable. So I just want to congratulate you all for taking the time to come on to this. Diversify, understand where your dollar's going. Where I think we're over $80 trillion in debt in the United States. And they're just printing. What's your strategy? We still need the dollars and the euro in our pockets, so many people, their strategy is silver and gold. Okay, but what about some Bitcoin? What about some OneCoin? Right now, OneCoin is what's in play. It's getting launched into the U.S. and Canadian markets, and whether you're listening to this and you're outside of that market, step in, start talking to people in the U.S. and Canada, and take a position and get ready for the ride of your life. So, Tom, any questions, comments? I'm happy to help people that are out there as well.
Yeah, no, I think it's a great view that you have, and diversification is very smart. I've always been a big diversification. I've worked with financial planners, and they've always steered us towards putting a certain amount in commodities. We've always been a big fan of the Goldman Sachs commodity fund, and it's interesting when you look at using knowledge. They say that education's expensive, while ignorance is a lot more expensive, and there's a lot of people that are they've got blinders on right now, and that they're working so hard every day to pay off their Ford pickup that they're blind to the idea. They don't feel like they have any time to invest in creating wealth for their family. And I've got a guy out in Las Vegas, Anthony, and he's got these 3 great kids. He's got a good job. They've worked on rigs, they've worked on technology stuff. And he saw this, and he literally ran to the bank the next day and wired his money. And he said, I just want to make sure I've got 20,000 coins and gain access to it, because he goes, if this thing goes to 50 or 100 a coin, he goes, I'll be able to provide for my family. I'll have that hedge. And that's the way I see it. I mean, it's a lot of people say, it takes a big thing to move me to go look at another company. And honestly, I'm not sure, I may not have looked at this if I just thought it was a 7-figure opportunity. I'm seeing an 8 and potential 9-figure opportunity with this if it takes off like I think it's going to take off, and that really, really gets me excited because I'm a big fan of sailboats and boats. As they say, the two best days of your life is the day you buy them, the day you sell them. But I'm a big fan of big sailboats, and they don't come cheap. So excited! I tell everybody my 10x freedom is sitting on the back of a sailboat with a fishing rod going about 6 knots with Jimmy Buffett playing. I'm done. That's where I have a that's where I get real excited. But folks, this is OneCoin is just it's a vehicle to help you realize the things that you want in life. It's a vehicle that when you look at it, we're building a new economy. We're building a culture of freedom, and it's not like we've invented cryptocurrency. Thank goodness for Bitcoin and all the garbage that they went through. With Silk Road and all the different things that were out there and the challenges they went through to really become an $11 billion organization today with 250,000 members. So don't discredit Bitcoin. We love Bitcoin. They were a first mover in the space, but when you read technology books, you'll understand that first movers don't always get the cream of the get the pie. You can talk to Friendster about that. They were the first social media network to come out, and Facebook pretty much wiped them out. So when you look at what we've got going on, folks, it's exciting to be on the cutting edge. It's exciting to be in an emerging growth industry, to be a pioneer. But I think what's even more exciting is knowing that in every company's a risk, folks. I mean, every people say, what do you think the chances of this are succeeding? I go 50-50. I don't know. It's either going to or it may not. I don't know. But everything's pointing in the direction. The founder is highly credible, not a crypto leader, not hiding under a rock, as I call them. I like the crypto leaders. Oh, we can't tell you who our founder is. We'd have to kill you. That's kind of the way the other companies operate, and it's a joke because they don't want to tell you the founder is the company is because they're going to go out of business, take your money. And I like the fact that our leadership is public, willing to put their face on the cover of a Forbes magazine and be one of the most widely distributed European Forbes magazines in history. It really was a great hit, but thank you very much, Bill. We'll come back to you. I want you to think about that golden nugget. The second round of question will be, what's the golden nugget on how you would go out and build your business if you were the average Joe that wanted to really blow this up. But let me bring Ryan Conley on board, and Ryan is a speaker, motivator, trainer, massive team builder, Mr. Energy, knows more about social networks, and I bet you were laughing when I brought up Friendster. You probably hadn't heard that name in a while, but the guy's got big visions and is cranking it up with OneCoin. But it's awesome to have you online tonight. Again, if you want to ever go play golf or you want to go out there and hang out at the golf course, we can confuse you with a very handsome-looking, sporty golfer. I don't know if you ever want to do that. That could be your second career if you want to. But great having you online, Ryan. And what's got you excited about OneCoin? And give us your views on it.
Well, I tell you, I just really, first of all, appreciate you having me on the call tonight. And I'm just very passionate about this because where I've been before I got into network marketing and direct sales was I did real estate for 10 years. And not to toot my own horn, Tom, but I was very successful in real estate. What I did for 10 years again, when I had houses for sale and agents working for me, when I decided to just go ahead and walk away from it. And the reason why I chose to walk away from it is for a few reasons. First of all, I saw what the banking system was doing to families. I saw families, all my friends that had got married, had kids, bought their dream house. And when the market tanked, they were all losing their houses. And here I am, I'm the one collecting a paycheck, helping them with their short sale. And I wasn't one of the agents that was hurting it all. I felt like a Dr. Phil being there for the husband and wife. And here I am looking like the bad guy collecting a check and trying to preserve my friendships. And I just lost faith in the banking system. And at the same time, I was exposed to a health and wellness company. I'm in network marketing. And I became quite successful right away out of that. And I said, you know what? I just have a better feeling about this, and I think that this is the new economy ahead. Just like I had forecasted that short sales and foreclosures were going to happen in real estate, I saw peer-to-peer interactions and sharing companies and products that we believe in to be the way of the future and part of the new economy where it was exciting to help people out. So I've been with quite a few different network marketing companies out there, and there's no question about it. Network direct sales has brought tons and tons of great products to the market. But after seeing these companies promise that people, when they join these companies, that they could pass this wealth on down as they built these downlines to their children and stuff, I was watching. I wasn't seeing many people building these incomes that were self-sustaining. I was seeing companies going out of business. I was seeing friendships torn apart, jumping from this company to that company. And every company I would get involved with, I would try to poke holes in it because I did not want to bring my friends into a company where there was an issue, whether it's the compensation plan, whether it was the ownership of the company, if it was limited in different countries. I mean, all these factors that go ahead and make a great company. I did not want to be bring the next opportunity as someone where it was my reputation online, that the company would fail and these people would not be able to go ahead and build an income that they could turn on to their, pass on to their relatives. So I think every company and network, I think the problem with the industry is that we have never operated with the currency that we own. That's the biggest thing about this, is that I believe that there's abundance and wealth across the entire globe. And I believe that our ancestors, our great-great-grandparents, have been enslaved to this banking system, especially as soon as we deviated off the gold standard. None of us generations later can fathom what has happened over time, but we do know what happened when we came off the gold standard. And I've watched friends become millionaires in Bitcoin, and I have looked for the past 2 years as I studied the blockchain technology, because this is really where the accountability and the sustainability of cryptocurrency is in the blockchain technology, whether it's centralized or decentralized. And, we have seen Bitcoin and I think over 500 altcoins come to market, whatever it is now. They continue to grow. But Bitcoin came out of the gates just out of nowhere. They didn't have any infrastructure. They were just riding on the blockchain technology. And we compare that with how OneCoin and Dr. Ruja is bringing this coin to market. And again, I've looked at companies like UFund, and that did not interest me. I've seen some other coins out there that said they were MLM. I was really looking for an MLM opportunity that made sense and that was launching a coin properly. So what I did was, last month I actually had I was fortunate to be able to go to Dubai for the launch of OneCoin, and I've been a member now of OneCoin for 2 months. But I've been active in a product-based company that I'm very passionate about in health and wellness, and I did not want to turn this coin on to anyone because I still have my questions about the coin. I did not want to turn. A lot of us partook in Zeek Rewards back in the day, and there's a lot of feelings hurt when that company crashes a Ponzi scheme. I don't want to be part of bringing my friends again into a Ponzi scheme, because that's all we have in this industry is our reputations. And Tom, I know I've come to you numerous times in the past when I first started even pitching you, and that you were a person in this company. We are working with this company to go ahead and bring awareness of the coin. That's one beautiful thing I love about this movement. And I don't believe, after going to Dubai and seeing this company and going to the corporate office and meeting and seeing how people had so much respect for Dr. Ruja, especially the Asian population out there, who is way light years ahead of the United States when it comes to cryptocurrency, and how they viewed Dr. Ruja. I mean, it was like a paparazzi. She was a celebrity. I've never seen this regarding a CEO in any direct sales company. I mean, I've got a video where my wife basically gets trampled by a whole bunch of people coming in as the auditorium of 3,000 people filled right there when we began the day of the conference. And so I just my questions have been answered about OneCoin, and what I do like about this coin so much is that every time we bring people into these these direct sales companies, it seems so easy to go ahead and get 2 people, boom, then you're qualified. It's kind of, or 3 or whatever it is. But the thing about it is, it seems like the average, first of all, is 2 supposedly, but it seems like we can go down our downline in whatever company it is, and there's no duplication taking place. And that's made me question the past, like, my leadership. I'm a recruiting beast. I mean, in my last company, I put 130 personals in about 60 days. I recruited, and I put 400 personals into another company within 6 months. Like, I've done some very big numbers, and I asked myself, how come these people can't bring even 2 people? They saw the vision to come into the company, but how come they can't just share that vision enough to find 2 people? So what I like about OneCoin is there is no auto ship, first of all. You select your package, even if they come in at 150, and I encourage every other people out there to go ahead and come in with a bigger package, because that's when you're able to go ahead and start making these check match on your people or whatever it is. And no auto ship, and also the fact that they don't have to recruit anyone. And after this last split, Tom and Bill, and everyone out there, we saw our money, just the coins go ahead and double right there. And I was able to go back to all my people that have been involved for the past 2 months. I said, hey, your funds have doubled since you came into this. And they hadn't recruited anyone into this, but all of a sudden, you're seeing some mouths open that before that never would have said anything or tried to recruit someone into anything. It's nice to see people actually starting to spread the word about this coin. So I'm excited where OneCoin is headed. I feel very conservative that we have some very big news. It sounds like this week ahead that we're going to see the coin do some great things moving into September. And I think that we all need, it's a mission out there. I mean, to me, every single day is more exciting in OneCoin, whether it's what's happening in Greece right now. How fun it would be to go ahead, Tom.
You got a little problem with your microphone. Can you try and unplug from your phone and see if it sounds better? We're getting a lot of static.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's much better.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, not a problem. I think it was rubbing your shirt and it started getting a static.
No problem. So, whether it's things that are happening in Greece, if it's exciting things about the coin, what it's doing as we link up with different retailers out there. I remember there's one job that I looked at, and I know that this is a pretty prestigious job, is the credit card processing industry. It's very competitive. People are going out there, these banks are competing for the different merchants out there, and there's a lot of people that do this for a living. But I see this as you're able to go ahead and tap into those networks of those companies out there and show them something where their fees are almost completely eliminated. I mean, we're talking, the floodgates are going to open in this. So I want to say thank you to all the leaders that have that see the vision and that share this with us. And Bill, I want to say thank you so much for helping bring credibility to this as well. And just the tools that we have coming in place, so the typical marketer out there that has never had success whatsoever can start making some decent income, and we can start living in a world more of abundance. So I'm just glad to be here.
Awesome, man. Great having you online, and I mean, great points. I know that you went to Dubai, and I had heard that the Chinese were running around with their gold coins, holding them up and going, USA $10, USA $10, and people didn't know what it meant until one of them translated and said they're excited for the United States to open because the USA was going to take the coin to $10 in value. So I like their chant. I like that whole idea. But yeah, we got in and had the opportunity to acquire, and I'll give you a really great example. I had a buddy that said, yeah, I'm definitely interested, Tom, but I won't be able to get to the bank, and I'm on vacation, and I'll be back next Monday. And it was from the time when the conversion changed from like 6 tokens per coin to 12 tokens per coin, and I'm like, dude, you just took a very, very expensive vacation, So it was pretty funny because I looked at it and I'm like, well, and it's not a big deal. I mean, getting coins is a great deal, but obviously the more you can get, the better. And a lot of people don't realize it, but our commission plan is number one, it's very powerful, but it pays 60% in cash and 40% goes to what we call our mandatory account, which we can convert in tokens and into mining, which allows us to get more coins. And so it's when you look at that, I love the fact that I'm constantly acquiring more coins because I said this, Bill, and you may want to comment on this, and I'm trying to figure out a legal way to say it in compliance. And so what I'm about to say is for educational and training purposes only. I'm not intending that this is an IPO or anything. and that it's definitely not one. There's no prospectus or anything like that, so please don't deem it that way. Don't just understand the example I'm trying to make. Okay,
That's
but
a
it's
great
like,
disclaimer.
yeah, that's a hell of a disclaimer. Actually, everything I'm telling you is wrong right now, so don't follow my advice. No, but that's even a better disclaimer. But when you look at this, Bill, it's like I've never really seen a company like this where you can build you don't obviously have to put anybody in to make money. Okay, so I haven't found many companies that had that potential. Then the ability to build direct sales and just go out and do direct sales and not have to go out and build a team where you can make money just doing direct sales, or you can build a team and you can make money off of a team and do direct sales and accumulate wealth with your coins. But the really natural thing, what's really cool about this, it's like having a company where you can build residual income in connecting an IPO to it, where you actually have appreciation in value of 40% of your earnings are tied to the success of the company, if you will, much like an IPO. It's not an IPO, but I'm saying I have not seen that dynamic in company. I've been offered equity in companies, in network marketing companies before, but most of them never go public. Most of them, don't even succeed and pull out. But it's interesting to see that dynamic. Any comments on your ideas? Have you ever seen a company with those kind of dynamics, and how would you explain that differently to stay within compliance?
Absolutely. That's real important, Tom, is that we're not guaranteeing results. We're not guaranteeing any value as far as in the future that you're going to see a double or a triple. I mean, we can tell you what we anticipate, what our opinion is. We're just looking at all the factors, right? So, I was heavily involved in silver and gold, in an MLM, and the opportunity to acquire silver and gold as you're building a network is attractive. There's no question about it. But the difference here's a big difference. You could buy silver and gold from a lot of places. You can only buy one coin in one place, and that's in OneCoin. That's what makes it unique.
Yeah.
You can't buy it anyplace else. You can't buy it on eBay. You can't buy it in some, a local retail shop that's selling OneCoin. You can't buy it, someplace else. You can only buy it in OneCoin. Now, OneCoin is rewarding us for stepping in, in some of these bigger packages. When we go Tycoon, because I know we talked about Tycoons, that you were introducing that. That's 5,000 euro. They're giving us an extra 10,000 tokens, right? Because it basically it's 10,000 per 1,000 that you put in. So it would be that you would get 50,000 tokens for 5,000 euro. They're adding an additional 10,000 tokens when you do that Tycoon, which I love. But the exclusivity, Tom, that you can only buy the #2 cryptocurrency in the world. Right now, that's $1.42. That is not in the U.S. and Canada. You can't buy it anyplace else, only by invitation by the person that introduced you right now. So you open up a free account. It's real simple, and you can get started for as little as 100 euro. However, we encourage people at a minimum do the 500 euro and above. We definitely want to encourage you to do the 5,000. But that's what's going to help you tap into the additional methods of income, the matching bonuses, etc. And it's also going to get you in our inner circle, our mastermind group, where you're going to get a lot more marketing attention when you come in at a minimum of the 500. I can't really highlight that enough, which is great. So that's the big thing, the exclusivity. And I know you use the term IPO, which stands for initial public offering. I just want to stress, we're not an investment. We're not a stock, okay, and we're not making any guarantees. But I would say, hey, take a small piece of your dollars and say, you know what, I'm gonna take the opportunity and put some dollars into this. We've done a lot of homework, a lot of due diligence, and one of the things that put me over the edge was that my buddy Ryan Conley, he went to Dubai. He flew over there. He stayed in the hotel. People were swarming trying to get to Dr. DeRuja and the other executives. And here's Ryan standing right next to her. Complete access. Complete access. And the people that we're connected with Sal and Maurice, they opened up their back office. And let me tell you something. It's a very, very high 5-figure weekly income, almost 6-figure weekly income, and they've only been in pre-launch in a few months. I don't want to go into exactly how much it is, but let me tell you, based on the numbers I'm seeing, over 285 people have already maxed out the plan at 40,000 euro a week. That's on pace for over 2 million euro a week, which is more than $2 million a year, rather. 40,000 euro a week, it's over $2 million a year. 285 people. I would dare you to name another company that's done that in their entire life of being open for business. This company's open for 7 months, and U.S. and Canada are not even in the game yet, and you can only buy OneCoin by personal invitation. So what does that mean? That means take a spot. Take a free spot, click the button, take a free spot here, get back to the person who invited you. Now, if we're talking about strategy, the first person, your first best customer, has got to be the person in the mirror. It's you. So if you want to really become successful in network marketing or anything, your confidence has got to be at a level 10. So in order to do that, you have to have a little skin in the game. You have to say, you know what? I'm making the decision. I'm in. From a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, how excited am I about the opportunity? How am I feeling about the product, the coin, the educational system? How excited am I about the compensation plan? Well, if you're sitting on the sidelines and you haven't taken your free position yet, you don't have anything to say because you don't have any skin in the game. If you've taken a free position but you haven't stepped up and minimum done the 100 or the 500 euro package, you don't have anything to say yet. So if you want to really take advantage of these next 2 weeks as we launch into the U.S., and by the way, the opportunity is just going to continue to get bigger and bigger, is my anticipation. We just have a couple of week window right now to be able to speak to some of the leaders that we know, and I have to tell you, I've got major leaders that I know that are calling me, that are excited, and they're putting their name on the board, taking positions, asking me how they can wire money to take their position immediately because they want to participate. So when opportunity knocks, let it in. It is knocking. You can only buy OneCoin here by invitation. We're coming into U.S., Canada. Take a spot, and then follow the direction of the team. With Tom here kind of leading the way here with technology and amazing training with these Google Hangouts. You can duplicate some of these pages, which I've done here with Tom, which I thanked him so much for his generosity once again. And start inviting people to take a look at your fan page, get some feedback, encourage them to get started. I mean, as far as golden nugget, Tom, I mean, more than just asking people to invite them to come to the fan page, come to the Google Hangout, you really don't have to do much else other than just say, hey, listen, take a spot. Take a spot, and you have to let people know how serious you are. Let them know how you're building out 2 teams right now and how you're going to put them at the top of one of your 2 teams and where you're going with this. If that's one golden nugget I can give you, is let people know what your vision is, how confident you are, what you see here, what your thoughts are, and how you can have them on board with you at the very, very top of that vision. And when those visions align and they see that, that's when they can get into action. They take a spot, they decide on the correct package for them. Now, 5,000 euro is our top package, but let me give you another golden nugget. People will do more than 5,000 euro. They'll take multiple positions. I have people now that say, well, how about if I want to do 50,000 euro? I talked about this with Tom yesterday. How about 100,000 euro? See, when we were doing the silver and gold network marketing company, people were putting in 50, 100,000, $1 million, because to buy $1 million of gold for some people is not a lot of money. 100,000, 200,000. It's going to be very similar here. And one of the things that I love here is the convertibility, that we can convert the OneCoin into gold and then have the opportunity to actually have gold sent to us or stored. That's something that I don't believe any other cryptocurrency has at the moment. OneCoin has a huge advantage where you'll be able to have gold So for all the people that love gold, maybe Tom can comment a little bit more about the affiliation with the Aurum Gold Coin and what we can do there. I'm extremely excited about converting OneCoin into gold and have it either vaulted in our name, or actually having them send the gold to my house or to my business. That's just one of the possibilities. So as we look at this opportunity, yes, it's a €100 package to 5,000, but the reason why this thing is exploding is people are not limited to that. So when you look at other opportunities and you're looking at other products and services, how many products and services would you put €5,000 into, or 10,000 or 50,000? That's the reason why this is flying so much, and 285 people are already on pace to make $2 million a year. Are you kidding me? There's a big, big pie out there. The only question is, how big a piece of that pie do you want? So grab a slice, put a little napkin around your neck, grab your fork and knife, and have a little slice of the pie.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take a pie. Forget the slice. I want the whole pie. But yeah, no, great example. And the RM Gold coin is very cool. In looking at it, it's 0.999 gold. I believe it's 15. It's a 15-gram coin. I had heard that they have value of somewhere between $600 and $700 a piece. But what's unique is what they've done in tying a cryptocurrency to it by making 0.001 the element of the cryptocurrency that's actually tied to the coin. So having a gold-backed cryptocurrency is something that people have strived to do, but they haven't, and we have. So we have a really great relationship with RM Gold, and we have a whole website, a Gold Vault website in our back office. So when you sign up for free, you can go look at this and you can learn all about it. But having that is very cool, where you can convert. You've got 50 or 100,000 OneCoins in your wallet, and they're worth $10 a piece. If you want to go buy 1,000 of these coins and, like I said, keep them in the vault in Dubai or have them shipped to you, you can do that. And it's just a very, very cool program. And I know, Ryan, you saw these coins firsthand. I'm gonna go ahead and lay out my gold nugget. I know Bill just gave his, and I'm a kind of segue off of what you said, Bill. The important thing, my golden nugget, is I focus on automation, duplication, and creation. And so automation is like, if you look at my Facebook page and everything I do, it's completely automated. I was out with my wife at dinner, and posts were going off on my Facebook page, my Twitter, my Google+, and I came back and had, from dinner, just being gone an hour, had 128 notifications and about 10 private messages. And so automation is very important to me in building my business, and we teach that in our inner circle group for people who come in at the trader package or above, which is the €500 package, and you can gain access to the entire system that we have. And just very exciting. Duplication, and I want to make a big point on this. People, they watch how you do business as much as what the business is. It's not like I don't shave on purpose, folks, but razors are for people who work 9 to 5. Okay, so I'm sorry if you work for 9 to 5 and you are offended by the fact that I don't shave. I don't have to. Okay, I don't have a boss. Okay, I only shave when my wife goes, "That's tickling my face." She's against that. I know, I look at Ryan, I know he definitely doesn't have a job. Look at his face. But when you think about what's going on here, folks, duplication is very important, and we do hangouts every single night for you. And sometimes we have these special hangouts where it's not a full presentation, but people who are interested in what we're doing, they will sit in their lazy boy with their iPad in their hand, and they will watch these presentations. And the key that I want you to look at is, number one, you are at home. You're not at a stinky hotel meeting. I don't mind hotel meetings, but they got to be at the Ritz-Carlton or Four Seasons or something like that. And we just don't do that. So I do everything online. I've built some massive organizations. I put 12,000 people in another company in 100 days, doing exactly what I'm doing tonight, sitting around in a linen shirt, flip-flops, and shorts, unshaven, and I built a huge organization because people liked the way we did business. They said, number one, I don't have to do the presentation. This guy in Palmetto, Georgia will do it, and guys all over the country love presenting. Some of us just love it. I live for it. I enjoy it. I love sharing visions with people and showing them where we're going. It's a lot of fun. But duplication is very important. If your team thinks that they have to go do Starbucks meetings and McDonald's meetings, and they got to have the fanciest iPad equipment, and they got to wear square toe shoes to look like an internet guru, and their Robert Graham shirts with their reverse collar shirts and all that, and they got to show up at Starbucks in their 10-year-old fully polished BMW trying to look slick like they're rich, okay, and they're not. They have just enough gas to get home. But that's not how you do the business, folks, because your friend sees all that and they go, oh crap, I got to wash my car, I got to wear those stupid shoes, I got to go buy one of those darn $175 shirts, and I won't have any gas in my tank like he does, and I got to buy all this fancy computer equipment, and oh my God, I got to sit there and I got to watch this, I got to memorize this entire presentation that these guys have done, and I have to be able to tell people what you guys just told me? And the answer is, hell no, you don't have to do that, okay? We do it for you every night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We had Women's Night. And let me give you a little heads up what's coming. We've got Military Night on Tuesday night. It's going to be hot, okay? It's going to be exciting. We got Father's Day off tomorrow night. I am going to film a special Father's Day presentation that will go off at 8:30, so I will be here with you in spirit, but I won't be here personally live. And then Monday night, we'll do a standard hangout on Monday night. Tuesday night will be Veteran Night, and then next Monday night will be Women's Night. My God, we had 260 people watching Women's Night, and that video has been viewed over 700 times already. Women are eating this thing up. They're very excited about it because they're looking for an alternative way too. Lots of single mothers out there, lots of single parents struggling, and this is hopefully going to be something that'll make life easier for them. The last thing I want to comment on, and this is golden nugget part 3 of my golden nugget, is creation of quality of life results, folks. That is 100% what I do. I show people how to live to inspire them to want to go do the things that they need to do to create that dream lifestyle. Stephen Covey, the late Stephen Covey, always talked about creating quality of life results, focusing on the big rocks in your jar, not the sand. Put the big rocks in first. Spend more time with your family. Take better care of your health. Spend time protecting your mind and putting positive information in it. Focus on those big rocks. Bring your spirit into your life. Connect with a higher power. All the things that they talk about. Those big rocks are so important. My friends, I can tell you, many of them are focused on pouring sand in their bucket first and then trying to fit their big rocks in, and it just doesn't do it, folks. By the time you try and put the big rocks in, the sand, there's just too much sand and there's too much garbage in there. And so, when we focus on this, people say, well, why do you do business from home? This is not a home-based business, by the way. This is a do business from home business, okay? There's a difference. Home-based business means you're out running around doing milkshake parties, and you're out running around trying to, make people look younger, and you're out running around trying to, do whatever, trying to sell mobile phones or whatever you're trying to do. People are out doing that, and that's not really a home-based business. You still got a job when you're doing that stuff. And I love what I'm doing. I tell everybody, if you want to be in the anti-aging business, the best anti-aging business in the world, take a bunch of $100 bills and rub it all over your face, and you will rub all the wrinkles out of your face. That's the best anti-aging medicine I've ever found in my life, is money. So with that, I'm going to pass it off to Ryan and let you leave us with the next golden nugget and talk about what we're doing. But Ryan, you there? Your face is kind of frozen on me. Bill, can you still hear me? He looks like he's in shock. He looks like he's in shock.
Yeah, I think you got him there. I think he may have rubbed a few $100 bills on his face.
I know he went and ran. He's taking my advice. He ran and got some. So, Ryan, are you there?
Well,
I bet his mobile phone battery went dead.
Well, you know what? He just got back from Dubai, so let's give him a little bit of a pass here.
Yeah,
there he is. He just got back from Dubai. All right.
He's got jet lag. He drank too much of that Dubai liquor over there. So, what's going on, buddy? Can you hear it? Can we hear you?
Yeah, this has been some great information, some great golden nuggets here, and some of the things that I want to turn people on to is one thing that's huge is really follow what Bitcoin is doing, because this is the way of the future. If I do get interrupted here, it's because my wife tries to keep calling on my phone, so my apologies if that happens again. But follow the news that happens in Bitcoin. The best way to do that is go to google.com/alerts, okay? And I suggest that, so we all become crypto experts in what is happening to today's society, and type in Bitcoin for a daily digest. So daily, you can get notifications on all the biggest things that are happening in the Bitcoin world from the major news resources that are available to us online, okay? And what I would do is every single day, find one article at least that really catches your interest that you see is huge. Maybe Microsoft went ahead and just started accepting Bitcoin or whatever, you know, and post that on your Facebook wall. And you know, use hashtags also. Hashtag Bitcoin. Did you know Microsoft just started accepting Bitcoin? And then blend that with, you know, hashtag OneCoin at the end. Hashtag cryptocurrency. People are searching. People that are involved in Bitcoin, they are very technology driven, and they want to know what the latest is in cryptocurrency because they're looking for a way to go ahead and make money in cryptocurrency. The days of buying the mining equipment, I have no idea how you do all that stuff, mine this coin, besides going into these mining pools, which is done so easily for us here at OneCoin. But the days of trying to make money off of that, it doesn't sound like are doable anymore in Bitcoin. In the Bitcoin community, the cryptocurrency community is looking for ways to seriously make money in this industry, just like those 200 millionaires that were made overnight in Bitcoin. And they see this happening again. And we have the answer, I'm convinced. So put articles on your thing, engage with your social network. When people start liking your posts about cryptocurrency, message them and follow up and say, hey, so are you involved in Bitcoin yet? Have you heard of OneCoin? And then expose them to what this is, because the one thing I truly love about OneCoin is not sales necessarily. This is education, and education for how all of us to seriously become free for the first time in our life. I know you know, Bill is a stay-at-home father. He works from home. Tom stays at home. I stay at home. My wife doesn't have to work because the industry has been very good to us, and I pray every single day that it gets better and better for everyone out there. But this needs to be experienced by the masses, that we can go ahead and take vacations, you know, together with our families and spend more time with them, for goodness sake. So, you know, creating this lifestyle, like Bill said, 280 people making 140,000 or whatever that is per month right there. That is a huge, huge number. And I think people are very interested in what we have. The other gold nugget I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys. This is what I've been doing. This is a clean slate of paper before I start my day. Okay, and what I do is 10 exposures a day. Maybe someone that's working part-time, you know, they're working full-time at 9 to 5. I list 5 people that come to mind, or 10 people a day that I go ahead and I code free accounts to, and that I've also spoken to one guy. Hey, do you mind if I make you a free account? Okay, I made you a free account. Please confirm the link that's been emailed to you. 5 people a day, make that your commitment. On the other side of the quadrant right here, I keep track of who's wiring funds that day and how much they're putting into there. And at the very bottom corner, I keep track of the total amount of funds that day that were wired in, and also what I believe my commissions were based that day. So I'm tracking my progress, and I put a date up here in the upper right-hand corner. So you guys can create like a worksheet like this, so you can look at the end of the day and say, okay, well, here's 2 days ago, and you know, I had over $2,500, you know, excuse me, $6,000 wired this day. Thanks, Bill. Bill called me right when he was at the bank. It's nice to have prospects like that, you know. And then this day, hey, I wired a few extra $1,000 this day, and just keep track of your progress. And also put on your calendar maybe a week out. Find out when your follow-up date is with the next person. Hey, do you mind if after you digest this information, can I call you back next week? You guys, once we get this thing started, you don't need to have a lot of people to seriously bring in a lot of income in OneCoin. And Sal told me this morning, he called me at 7 o'clock this morning. He's like, man, there's some big news coming, Ryan, first of all, Monday. And he again, we're not making income claims here, but he said, Ryan, if you can make $10,000 a month in a direct sales company, if someone can do that, I mean, you're going to be able to make a lot more here at OneCoin potentially. We are shaping how the internet does business, and that's humongous. So I hope you guys found this information useful.
Dude, that chart's awesome. I'm excited. I want to compare charts with you every day. I want somebody. I want a guy to run with. You know, they talk about in Seabiscuit when the horses are running side by side and they can see out the corner of their eye. I want to look in the corner of your eye because I want to try and keep up with you, brother. That's
Well,
awesome.
it's fun, and I think that's another gold nugget right there. Find yourself a partner that you can actually you touch it base with every single day and brag to about who you brought into your organization and how much has been wired that day. I think that's a lot of fun right there.
Yeah, let me share with you what somebody just said online. One of my sayings, Jennifer Vlogity, she does vlogs, so Vlogity may be a marketing name, I think, but just a great follower out there, and somebody who's signing people up. I know she got some people signed up for the first time, and she's just not a big networker, but she's having success in this business, and she said, "Thank you for saying what you have just now said, Tom McMurrin. Our health, our families are always a top priority, and I realized over the years of taking the time of needed doesn't always come with a slice of guilt. In fact, the big slice I'm looking forward to will be the thing to enough things to make things much easier." And I appreciate your words. So we've got lots of people out there that are following us. We've got about 6 different countries watching us right now, folks. There's our goal is to impact people's lives in a very positive way, to create that culture of freedom that Jennifer's talking about, and really emphasize to you that it is about the big rocks. Okay, it's about putting the big rocks in the jar first and prioritizing your life, and stop working so hard to make a living that you can't invest the time to become wealthy. And I think that's the big mistake that everybody makes, is they just they have their head down and that they're not looking forward. They're looking down, and they miss life. Bill, you have your saying about missed opportunity. Mine is there's no such thing as a missed opportunity. It just moves on to the next person. And I've been one of those people that has let it move on to the next person. And I can tell you that I'm not going to do this. One of my favorite quotes is, success hides itself in simplicity. And being an inviter and being able to invite people to a presentation, folks, is simple. But most people look at that and they go, is it really that simple? And I say, absolutely, it's that simple. All you have to do is be able to invite people. And somebody asked me the other day, they sent me, it was one of my people that I work with, and she sent me this very complicated invitation for somebody to watch one of her videos. And I said, that seems very complicated to me. Well, why not just ask them, are they open to making more money? Go out and ask 20 friends, are you open to making more money? You know what they're going to say? Yeah. You'll probably get 100% batting average. And so, some people say as long as it's legal, and some of your friends might even say they don't even care about that. But so I think it's important, folks, that when you go out and do this business, follow those golden nuggets. Bill, I'm going to lay off the floor to you one more time. If there's any sage advice you want to give people, or drop some quotes, or leave an anchor in some people's minds that'll change their life forever. Got anything for us?
Yeah, my last golden nugget of the night is don't get lost in the sauce.
Yeah.
AISS. Keep it simple, sweetheart.
Yeah.
In 1989 when I got started, it was keep it simple, stupid. But we're a compassionate group, so we want to keep it nice. We want to keep it, with compassion. Keep it simple, sweetheart. Don't get lost in the sauce. Say yes. Get in the habit of being decisive. Say yes. Ask people to say yes. Take a free account. Say yes. Watch the videos. Say yes. Pick a package. Say yes. Share it forward. Say yes. Share the Google Hangout. Say yes. Share your fan page. Ask people to come in and say and like it. Say yes. Follow up with people that interact with you and ask them to say yes. Thanks everyone for coming on to the Google Hangout today. We're excited that you said yes. And for those that have been on the fence, guess what? It's time to say yes.
It's time to say
amen.
So we're excited.
One last thing.
You got one more. Bring it on, Ryan.
My last little nugget of gold was, if you're looking for an opportunity, there's 2 things that I was looking for when I decided to leave real estate, and it has led me to this in my direct sales, from real estate to direct sales to where I am today with OneCoin. It was this. I didn't want a job unless it was residual income. That was one thing. And the second thing is I didn't want it to limit me anywhere in the world. Just those two things I was looking for right there. And after being part of many network marketing companies, it has taken me to this point with OneCoin. So I think this is so important for us all to have that same mission right there, because it seriously is so easy if you just put your mind to it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll leave you all with this one. One of my great mentors told me, said, sell the franchise, don't sell the hamburger. And I think so many people make the mistake of running around. They say if you're going to sell a McDonald's franchise, you don't walk up to somebody and hand them a hamburger and say, eat this. You're going to want to stroke me a $1.5 million check. You're really just going to give them indigestion is what you're going to do, and they're definitely not going to write you a check. But it's important to understand why people buy McDonald's franchises. It's not so they can be a hamburger flipper. It's so they can be influential in their community, so they can have the quality of life results they want, so they can sponsor the baseball teams, so they can be the president of the Kiwanis Club, so they can speak at the Chamber of Commerce events, so that they can influence their community in a very positive way. You don't buy a McDonald's to eat burgers. Okay, you don't buy a McDonald's to flip burgers. It just so happens that they are a food distribution network, and I think a lot of people, you got to understand our system that we have, our McDonald's University, if you will, our OneCoin University that we're teaching you tonight is follow the system, plug into the Hangouts, plug in. I mean, to hear Sal Leto on a conference call, to hear the exhaustion, the passion, the caring in his voice, when that guy lights on fire, anybody who's on the call, you will lose sleep at night, because you'll be like, man, that guy just, I don't know what, he just got in me. And I tell people, when the opportunity gets inside of you and starts coming through your voice and your actions, I mean, I got bags under my eyes, folks. I am working. I love it. I mean, it's just because I don't want to go to sleep. I mean, it's driving me crazy every time I go to sleep, because I know what's at stake over the next 6 to 12 months. What you do in the next 6 to 12 months could potentially change your life forever. I mean, it could set you up in 7 figures, 8 figures, 9 figures. I don't know what kind of network you've got, but this one you don't want to allow pass on to the next person. Don't allow this to pass on to the next person. And go out there and sell the big picture, folks. Understand that this industry is coming on strong. You're at the right place at the right time. You have to recognize you're there. Your dreams have to be greater than your excuses, and you have to be willing to pull the trigger, and you've got to be willing to say yes, right? Folks, that's it. Thanks for being online with us tonight. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Ryan. What an awesome night, folks. We'll catch you Sunday night on a recording for a special Father's Day recording, and then we will be back Monday night live with a full panel of people that are involved in OneCoin. And then Tuesday night, big night, veterans. We're going to be representing all veterans and all active military on our presentation. And then Wednesday night, you come back and you can see us, the women of OneCoin. And I got to tell you what, we not only have a lot of beautiful women in OneCoin, they're intelligent and they know exactly what they want. They want OneCoins. That's exactly what they want. And then Thursday night, we got Tycoon Night to talk to people who have committed to the Tycoon packages and really hear from them, because these are people that have made commitments at a higher level than most, and they really have great wisdom and great insight as to why they're doing OneCoin. So great schedule, great lineup for you coming up this week, and we're cranking out towards our launch coming up in Vegas in September, hopefully. Dates are floating around. I'm hearing around the 10th. I don't know if that's true or not. Big announcement Monday. Ryan, you got any? You kind of smiled when I said that. Do you have any insight on that?
I don't. I just can't wait. This company always it always over delivers, so yeah. That's for sure.
Yeah, great. Guys, good night. Everybody go to their families, and we got to go focus on the big rocks. So have a great night, everyone. Thanks for being online. We'll see you. We'll see you Monday night live again. Okay. Have a great night, everyone. Enjoy a happy Father's Day tomorrow for all you fathers out there, and for those that are not fathers, it's a great thing. Become one. I don't know if that made any sense, but crap, go become a father. But it's a great thing. So everyone have a great night.
Okay.
See ya.